guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marie, and if you're not, hey, how are you? But really. So in today's video, I just thought I'd talk about like God and mental health. I know those two, a lot of people don't see them matching, but like with me especially, I feel as though God was a huge part of my mental health journey and me overcoming depression. God is using me as a testimony to other people out there that you can have depression and overcome it, and be a testimony to all the other Christians out there and all the other saints out there who are struggling. So yeah, let's get right into it. First of all, I just want to say I'm going to go through a few Bible verses that hopefully will help you people out there, especially those who are Christians, when you are struggling, because I feel a lot of comfort just reading the word and knowing that this word was written obviously by God. So I feel like hopefully it'll be comforting to some of you as well. So yeah, the first verse that I'm going to go into is Jeremiah 29 verse 11, and it reads, "For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans of good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope." When I read that verse, I just see that God is basically there no matter what. Even if it's a fact that you've gone through something which is so bad, He will be there at the end of the whole situation. He will be there to carry you. He will be there. He will never leave you on your own. That's one thing God will never do. He will never leave you on your own. So I definitely want to say that God is there to carry you. He's there to hold you in your darkest times. He's there just to pick you up and be like, child, I am here for you. I got your back. And also, I want a lot of Christians out there to know that God doesn't want anything bad to happen to you. That's what I thought when I got depression, because I was thinking, why me? But God at the end of the day doesn't want anything bad to happen to you. But there's certain things that sometimes in life we have to go through to make us stronger Christians, and so that we have a story behind our Christianity and how we come to faith. And I definitely believe that in this scripture, I believe that He's got a plan for me. Obviously I don't know this plan yet, but obviously I'm just experimenting with different things, and obviously I know that the story of how I got depression and everything like that is definitely a testimony to people out there, and it's definitely a story that I know He wants me to share with people, so that people become inspired, people just become more motivated to beat whatever they're fighting, whether it's depression, whether it's anxiety, because I feel like a lot of the time when you do have depression, you are just in such a low mood and you have no motivation, no nothing to do anything. You just feel like life isn't worth living, and it really is. So I definitely feel like that verse is definitely something which literally explains like all of God's will for you in your life, and the fact that God will never leave you on your own. So the next verse that I'm going to go on to is Isaiah 43 verse 2, and it reads, "When you go through deep waters, I'll be with you. When you go through rivers of difficulty, you will not drown. When you walk through the fire of oppression, you will not be burned up. The flames will not consume you." And I think like with that verse, it's like God will not let so much happen to you to the point where you literally feel like you're drowning, or you feel like, oh my gosh, I can't breathe no more. Like, He will not let that happen to you, because He's a God who loves you, and He will never put you in a situation, even if He puts you in a situation where you feel like, oh, I can't handle this anymore. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, there's been so many times where I have tried to overdose. Obviously this was probably about 4 years ago now, where I tried to overdose, and I am just here to tell you that all those times that I overdosed, I could have died. I'm not gonna lie to you, I could have died, because it was just so much that I was overdosing on that it was literally fatal. But I'm just coming here to you to tell you that there was only one real reason why I didn't die, and that was only because God kept me. Like, God kept me because He's still got a purpose for me on this planet. And I feel like when your time comes, your time comes. But obviously He had a purpose for me to continue living on, and I just want to thank God for that. But I'm just trying to say to you guys that God will not let things suffocate you. There's some times when you feel like you're going through rubbish, like you feel like you're going through proper rubbish, but like it says in the verse, He will not let you drown. And I just feel like that gives me so much faith and gives me so much hope, especially when I was depressed. It gave me that light at the end of the tunnel, which I couldn't originally see, but this verse just sparked something in me just to be like, I know I'm struggling now, but God will not let me down. And although right now I thought like God has let me down, like that's it, it's not it, like it's really not. And He's so amazing, like He actually is. And I can't even go into how much I love my God, because it's actually too much. But I just want to thank Him for my life, and I just want to thank Him that I'm still here today. So the next verse I'm going to go into is 2 Timothy 1 verse 7, and it reads, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. So with that verse, if we were like to dissect that verse, I feel like spirit of fear, like he doesn't want us to fear anything. We should be fearless. I feel like God tries to give us that power of self-discipline. So for example, when I was depressed, I always had hope in my heart that one day I'd be able to hold a razor and not cut myself. That was one thing I always prayed and I always hoped. And today I can say that I can do that, like, because I like sewing and stuff a lot. So obviously I need to like cut things like threads and stuff. But I always felt like I could never hold a razor ever again because I just associate razors with cutting. But I just want to thank God that like he was able to give me that self-discipline to know, even though obviously I've been through that, even if I have a bad day, there's no need for me to like have to cut myself, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to thank God that he's been able to just do that for me. And it's just crazy the amount of stuff that God can do for you, and I hope he can do it for all of you as well. Like, I just want to say to all of you guys out there that like he can bless you in many ways. I would say that especially if you've got mental health issues at the moment, I'd say that definitely like God is there for you and God will have your back. Like, he loves you so much. If you go to church, talking to your pastor, because at the end of the day, your pastor is the one who's gonna carry your faith. I feel like in the church, your pastor is the one that carries your faith for you. And like, even when you lose faith, that pastor is there to encourage you and to just pour wisdom into you. And I feel like I thank God as well that I've got friends surrounding me who are full of faith and full of just godliness. I just thank God, because I feel as though if I didn't have those people around me, I just really wouldn't be as motivated. Like, on my own, I can't do it alone. I feel as though I need people around me to be like, oh, send this. And obviously it's not just a one-way thing. Sometimes when I'm really in the spirit, I'll be sending things to them too. So I feel like, yeah, definitely just be in the spirit and be around people who love God as well, because that will definitely help you, especially when you feel as though you've got no hope. So I think the last verse I'm going to go into is John 1 verse 5, and it reads, "The light shines in the darkness and the darkness can never extinguish it." I feel like definitely out of all of these verses, that is my verse. Like, I remember speaking to, who was it? I think my cousin, when I first got diagnosed with depression, and I was saying to him like, I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I just can't. Like, all I can see is darkness. Kept on saying to me like, I know you can't see the light, I know you can't see the light, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And you just kept on repeating that to me. Having the antidepressants and the talking therapy helped so much to overcome what I was going through and the darkness that I saw, and it allowed me to actually see the light. It basically says that light shines in the darkness, but the darkness can never extinguish it. So basically, even though the darkness is covering the light, it's never going to get, so for example, I'll use a metaphor like a flame. Even if you cover a flame, that flame will still shine on even though it's being covered. So you just have to continuously have faith and have hope that one day that will be uncovered and then the light will just shine through. And I didn't have that faith, but eventually it did happen, and I just want to thank God for continuously pushing through in my life and just allowing me to eventually come to this point today where I'm here to speak to you guys. So yeah, if you guys want me to do like another video based on like God and Bible verses and how mental health links in, because this book was written so long ago, obviously mental health was not really a factor back in the day. So like, it's obviously become something which is very like apparent nowadays. So obviously it's very hard to connect the Bible to current situations like mental health. So if you guys want me to do another video like this, please do let me know in the comments down below. Please do like, comment and subscribe to my channel for more videos. I do videos every week on a Wednesday, 6 p.m. ish. We're working on punctuality on this channel. I hope you guys like that video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.